The 69th session of the Senate, in the first regular session of the 20th Congress, is hereby called to order. Let us call for a minute of silent prayer. Amen. The Secretary will call the roll. Let us pause for a minute of silent prayer. Amen.
Amen.
The Secretary will call the roll.
Perfect. The Deputy
Let it be put on record that the Secretary refused to call the roll. Let the Deputy Secretary for Legislation to call the roll.
Roll call of members. The Honorable Senators Aquino, Cayetano Pia, De La Rosa, Ejercito, Escudero, Estrada, Tulfo Erwin, Tulfo Rafi, Villanueva, Villar Camille, Villar Mark, Zubiri, Senate President Cayetano Alan,
With
Pangilinan, Soto, Tulfo Erwin, Tulfo Rafi, Villanueva, Villar Camille, Villar Mark, Zubiri, Senate President Cayetano Alan.
with 12 senators present, the chair declares a quorum.
Mr. Presiding Officer, I move to declare all elected positions in the Senate vacant.
Is there any objection? Duly seconded. The motion is approved.
Nominate.
Majority Leader,
Mr. Presiding Officer, I move that we proceed with the election of the Senate President Pro Temp.
is there any objection? Hearing none, motion is carried.
I hereby move and nominate Senator Sherwin Gatchalian as the Senate President Pro Tempore.
Is there any objection? Duly seconded. The motion is approved. Thank you, dear colleagues. Majority Leader,
So, majority leader. Ikaw na. Sige, go.
Mr. Presiding Officer, I move that we elect Senator Juan Miguel Zubiri as Chairman of the Committee on Rules.
is there any objection? Duly seconded. The motion is approved.
Thank you very much, my dear colleagues. My dear colleagues, I move that we proceed with the oath-taking of the Senate President Pro Tempore. I so move. And we will ask Senator Soto, the most senior member of this chamber, to proceed with the oath to our new Senate President Pro Tem.
Sundan mo na lang, sir, sa copy namin.
Having been elected to this position of Senate President Pro Tempore, do hereby solemnly swear that I will well and faithfully discharge to the best of my ability the duties of my present position and of all others I may hereafter hold under the Republic of the Philippines. that I will support and defend the Constitution of the Philippines, that I will obey the laws, legal orders, and decrees promulgated by the duly constituted authorities, and maintain true faith and allegiance to the Republic of the Philippines, and that I impose this obligation upon myself voluntarily without mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help me God.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Congratulations,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Senate President Pro Tempore.
Majority Leader,
Mr. President, I move that we proceed with the election of the Senate Secretary.
is there any objection? Hearing none, motion's approved.
Mr. President, I move to nominate and elect Secretary Ray Bantug Jr. to the position of Senate Secretary. There being no other nominations present.
Is there any objection? Duly seconded. The motion is approved.
Mr. President, I'd like to also move to proceed with the election of the Senate Sergeant at Arms.
Is there any objection? Hearing none, motion is carried.
Mr. President, I move to nominate and elect Police Major General Alfredo Soto Corpus to the position of Sergeant at Arms, there being no other nomination.
Is there any objection? Hearing none, motion is carried.
Mr. President, I move that we give their oaths of office together.
I state your name. Having been elected to the position of do hereby solemnly swear that I will well and faithfully discharge to the best of my ability the duties of my present position and of all others I may hereafter under the Republic of the Philippines, will support and defend the Constitution of the Philippines, that I will obey the laws, legal orders, and decrees promulgated by the duly constituted authority, and maintain true faith and allegiance to the Republic of the Philippines, and that I impose this obligation upon myself voluntarily without mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
So help me God.
Congratulations, gentlemen.
Congratulations to the new Sergeant at Arms and to the new Secretary, our comebacking Secretary of the Senate. Mr. President, I move to elect the following senators as chairpersons of the following committees. Senator J.V. Ejercito, Chairman of the Committee of Finance. Senator Tito Soto, Chairman of the Committee on National Defense. Chairman Panfilo Ping Lacson, Chairman of the Committee on Public Order and Committee on Accounts. Chairman Erwin Tulfo, the Committee on Accountability of Public Officers and Investigations and Social Welfare and Rural Development. Chairman Senator Rafi Tulfo to the Committee on Public Services. Chairman Bamakino to the Committee on Basic Education. Senator Kiko Pangilinan, Chairman of the Committee on Agriculture. Senator Risa Ontiveros, Chairman of the Committee on Health. Senator Lito Lapid as Chairman of the Committee on Games and Amusements. Senator Chiz Escudero to retain his Committee on Housing. And yours truly, Senator Zubiri, as Chairman of the Committee on Foreign Relations.
Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion of the majority leader is hereby approved.
Mr. President, I move to consider PS Resolution number 432. This is the resolution amending Rule 2 of the Rules of Procedure on impeachment trials to provide for the election of a presiding officer in all cases not involving the President of the Philippines. I so move, Mr. President.
Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
I move to adopt PS Resolution number 432. I so move, Mr. President.
Is there any objection?
430. 430? 430. Mr. President, before we adjourn, the chair would like to state for the
Mr.
record
President,
why
Majority
we
Leader,
compelled
before
to
we
be.
adjourn,
Yes.
allow me to give a few remarks. Before we adjourn, ladies and gentlemen, the chair would like to state for the record that we are compelled to call the session to order today. After the Senate adjourned on May 26, 2026, session was scheduled to resume on Monday, June 1, 2026, and on Tuesday, June 2, 2026. But the former Senate President failed to appear in both instances. Further, Article 6, Section 16(5) of the Constitution provides that neither House shall, during sessions of Congress, adjourn for more than 3 days without the consent of the other House. The Senate has been adjourned and unable to resume session for the past 2 days, placing us on the brink of constitutional violation had we not convened today. Thus, in the absence of a duly consulted postponement and the continued absence of the former Senate President pro tempore, and members of the majority, we are compelled to call the session to order. The quorum of 12 is based on majority of 22 senators, over whom jurisdiction can be obtained by the Senate. This is in full accord with the ruling of the court in Avellino versus Cuenco, that an absolute majority of 12 out of the 23 members can constitute a constitutional majority of the Senate for quorum purposes, and with precedent, specifically the May 5, 2015 session, where the quorum was based on 17 available senators, with 7 others beyond the Senate's coercive jurisdiction. Thank you.
Thank
dear
you very
colleagues.
much for the clarity, Mr. President. Mr. President, let the record reflect that the chair, as Senate President pro tempore, shall serve as acting president pursuant to Rule 5. Yes. Presiding officer of the Senate pursuant to Rule 5, Section 4C and 5 of the Rules of the Senate. Yes. Pursuant to our rules, the wording is actually acting president, Mr. President, on our rules. Just for the record, Mr. President.
Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
Mr. President, I move that the President of the Republic of the Philippines and the House of Representatives be informed of the election of Senate President pro tempore and acting Senate President Sherwin Gatchalian. I so move, Mr. President.
Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion of the majority leader is hereby.
Mr. President, I move that the first regular session of the 20th Congress of the Philippines on the part of the Senate be adjourned sine die.
Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. The first regular session of the 20th Congress of the Philippines on the part of the Senate is adjourned sine die.
Yeah, camera mo. Boss, camera mo. Naka-live kami. Yan. Sir, dito po. Sir, dito po, sir. Yan, dito po. Yan, sir. Yan. Kami mo. Okay na. Kami mo. Okay, ready.
Dito, sir.
Mabuhay ka, Chiz. Mabuhay ka. Mabuhay ka.
Boss! ako nandito. Sabi nyo, bigayan tayo eh. Nakalive kami eh.
Jong!